Okay, so how do you inject endless blessings for you in your work, particularly when there are hard or challenging moments? So, words are very important, and words can create worlds, they can also destroy, and we need to be very mindful of them. But let's say I'm gonna talk specifically about what are the benefits of staying away from speaking badly about someone, and how can you change and how can you expand and really doing and getting into a place that you go and get true honesty even when a situation is challenging. So imagine that you have a colleague and our ego gets in the way. So we might have a colleague, and let's say in the similar position that we're not, that it's not our boss. It's not, I'm not going to make it overly complex like that, like with a boss or something like that. So let's just say you have a colleague and that colleague is working with you and there's a situation going on. So you're having this conversation and you're speaking about, this colleague, if you have worked with them, and maybe even someone is giving you, to some extent, some negative feedback about that person, right? Like whatever they're saying. One thing that you can do before you hear more of that negative about anyone, say, hey, John, it's crazy. I've never heard back from them. I'm not working with them. So before you allow that to go further, and that might be even a situation that to some extent can benefit you, because so many times when someone's speaking bad about someone, and again, particularly in this case, if you're in the same role, they can come back as if you are better, right? That our ego tricks us into thinking, oh, this is benefiting for me now because now I am good. Or, oh, did you enjoy working with me? Like this happens to me a lot with friends, or sometimes like, oh my God, it's so hard to find someone I can talk. Oh, but can you talk to me? Am I a good friend? So again, it's normal. It's very normal to be in that place. But before you go into that, stop and just know that whenever you're listening to speaking bad about someone else, and even more when you're participating about that, it's very damaging for you, for everything, for your sustenance, for your health, for any of the blessings that you may have. You might jeopardize them by getting into that conversation. So how did you get out of it? How do you get out of it? So number one, do all the effort that you can to find things that you can actually highlight that it's good for that person. So let's say that someone is saying, yeah, I never hear back from them. This, and you might then find out a moment that they were kind to you. And you might say, you know what? I hear you, but also they have been so supportive to me. When I got this role, like they were really teaching me. And I know it was a very hard to navigate environment because we didn't have the leadership, or because we had this additional circumstance, or I was just new and I was feel like you can speak about yourself, not bad, but you can share kind of like the state that you were in and how they were kind to you. It could be anything. Like if we look for that, we will find moments. And then you go, and also, I really admire how they speak. I really admire how they talk. I really admire their devotion for their family. Like there is always going to be something that we admire, even if it's not related to the thing. Because again, our point is not to defend them when there is nothing, like we don't know. The vast majority of things is not how we are good, is to accept that we don't know the full picture. And then we don't have any way to judging the situation and to judging the person. So why would you want to do that? Why would you want to, if someone is not saying, maybe you cannot participate. Again, it's as damaging that you're listening to that conversation as it is that you're speaking. If you honestly can't find anything to say, then maybe you need to stand up and go to the bathroom and just get yourself out of that situation. Now, when you're speaking, like in Kabbalah, we learn, and there are so many, I'm going to give some resources from my teachers, our teachers, that they are so insightful about this concept of speak. But when we speak badly about someone, it's as bad as we, God forbid, kill them. It's as bad as that. Like, it's really, again, words can destroy. So a word can destroy someone. And if you destroy them in, in the eyes of many people, like even one people, like when we want to see our power, you have the potential to changing the reputation of someone just by speaking to one person about them, even to yourself, but let's say even to one person. And then on the other hand, when we highlight and we help, we sweeten how someone else is, maybe we're not initiating, maybe someone else is coming to us. And if we share with them and we share some compassion and we share aspects of them, of how they have been good to us, we are planting in their mind goodness about that person. And that brings blessings beyond we could ever imagine, beyond we could ever imagine. Now, let's try to get deeper. Why would you get it? Because, we all get that. Like I'm constantly finding this, and there's this teachings that says that if we stop our negative words, even just our negative words for one day, we have no idea how much we can change our lives. Everything in our lives. If you try it for a week, first of all, you're going to find that it's extremely hard. But then secondly, you're going to see how blessings and just good starts to miracles all over. It's like this staged blessing reality for you starts to happen in your life. It's so powerful. Now, if you want to get deeper, ask, okay, why? If you did it, how can you go back and correct? Just ask, where am I in this? Why am I getting this feeling? Why am I, where is this coming from? How is this happening? Why is this happening? We get to ask that, and we can say, okay, where is this coming from? Okay, maybe I am not, whatever, maybe I'm not enjoying my job. Maybe I don't feel safe. Maybe I don't see how I can contribute. Maybe I'm not inspired. Maybe and then maybe I don't have absolute certainty, because so many people that they don't dare to ask for something in their jobs, or they don't go and speak, or they don't, like, many things that happen that way are because we are not that safe and sure in our job. So I just wanted to share this so that we can take that into consideration. I just got this, I call this moments of divine inspiration, and I got it, and I'm gonna attempt. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it all the time, but I'm gonna attempt to share them as I get them, because the only reason why I'm getting them is to be able to share them. So I'm always thinking, how can I do better? How can I make better in my life, in my current job, with my colleagues, with my business partners, with everyone that I'm in, and of course with my family, with my friends. But it's such an important thing to take into consideration. So, happy day.